First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna comb this hair out. You want to comb it to remove any debris, any lint, and you also want to see what you're working with. Consider it your canvas. So you gotta see what you're working with. We're also gonna comb out his face as well, because we're gonna trim up his beard in addition to the haircut. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start this bald fade by bringing this hair down. We're gonna create a guideline where we're gonna bald it out right below the occipital bone. We don't want to go too high. We're gonna start kind of midway. And we're using these Nova adjustable blade clippers to remove the hair, to get it low enough to where we're gonna come in with a trimmer a little bit later and bald it all the way out, because this is a bald fade or a skin fade, not a shadow. So we're gonna clean up that first initial guideline to where it's skin. And whatever we do on one side, we're just gonna keep going and take it all the way around to the other side. And you could use whatever clippers or blades that you need to achieve this. Basically the adjustable blade closed all the way is a 3/0, open it's a number 1, but we're using it all the way closed to remove all of that hair. Okay, so once we remove all of that hair, we're gonna come in and clean it up even further, like I was stating before, with a trimmer. This is the first part of your bald fade. So we've got the hair knocked down to a 3/0 all the way around at the bottom. Now we're gonna come in. I'm gonna use actually an Andis outliner 2 with the T-shaped blade, 0 gapped, which means that the blade is pushed all the way up on the guard to where it's gonna make that it's gonna cut super close. It's almost like a shave, one step above a razor. But we're gonna clean what we've already cut up to the point to where it's skin tight all the way around. It's very important. This is really the foundation of your bald fade haircut. So we're gonna clean this up. And again, whatever we do on one side, we're gonna do it on the other side. So this haircut, it's gonna probably take about 40 minutes, 40 minutes to complete, just because we're teaching. But ordinarily, this haircut is gonna take us 30 minutes or less. And keep in mind, as you're learning the techniques, take your time and make sure that you follow every single step. And so it might take a little bit more time than what it's gonna take me. But I've been doing this for, almost 30 years. So, take your time, perfect the technique, and then come back after you perfect your technique and speed it up. Because that's where the money is. The money is in doing this haircut, performing it in a certain amount of time so that you can fill your book up and, make you some money. But chase the technique. Don't chase the money. Chase the technique. Try and perfect it. You chase the technique, perfect the technique, the money's gonna come. We're gonna clean up his face as well, because again, we're going to give him a beard trim on top of the haircut. So now we've got it clean, and we're gonna start our fade. So we're gonna have our Nova adjustable blade clipper halfway open or halfway closed, whatever you prefer, however you want to call it. And we're gonna go up about 1/4 of an inch into that hair to start our guideline for our fade. Some people call it a Philly triple blend fade. We just call it a ball fade, especially in Denver, where we invented the fade at Supreme Style Barbers. So you're gonna go all the way around, again, 1/4 of an inch up or more, however, depending on how you want your fade to look ultimately. And that's one of the things that we're gonna focus on, is being able to look at a head and already envision what it's gonna look like when we're done. So again, that's that Nova adjustable blade clipper, halfway open. Now we're gonna open it all the way to where it's halfway open. It was an OA. All the way closed, it is a 3/0. All the way open, it is a 1. We're gonna take that 1 all the way around. We're gonna take that 1 or that adjustable blade all the way open, all the way around. Again, about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch high. This is creating your fade. We are creating your fade. And as you can see, as we remove that hair, you'll begin to see this is where your fade is starting. But we're creating guidelines because we want the fade to be uniform all the way around the head. And it's really a mathematical way of performing a haircut. And whenever you perform a haircut in a mathematical way, you can cut down on your time, thereby of course increasing your output increasing your output, the number of haircuts that you perform increases your income, the amount of money you make. You want to take your neck duster and brush off all the hair. You want to brush the head. You want to make sure you have a clean canvas. Again, you want to be able to see what you're doing at all times. Map that haircut out. Be very strategic in the way that you do it. Okay, next we're going to come in with our Andis Masters, all the way closed. Again, that makes it a 3/0. Mines have a surgical blade, which makes it a little closer than the 3/0. It's almost a trimmer, but I'm knocking out, as you can see, that bottom line. And we're going to use the clipper in a scooping motion, just hitting that bottom line. You don't have to go up too high. Just hit that bottom line and keep moving. Scoop that thing out all the way around your client's head. So we put that line in with the OA, so we're going to take it out with a 3/0. And we're going to go all the way around again to do that. And I use, if you notice, I use different sets of clippers. I like to keep 2 pair of every type of clipper. So I'll have 2 pair of trimmers. I'll have 2 pair of adjustable blade clippers. The only ones that I just keep 1 pair is the detachable blade clippers, because you just have a whole blade system that you put on that clipper. So now I'm going to open this clipper up halfway to where it's an OA to take out that line that I put in with the 1, or when it was all the way open. So that's to take out the second line, thereby, of course, creating the fade, the bottom part of your fade. And notice I still haven't touched the top at all. Classic 76s using a 1A blade. Now I'm going to go a little bit deeper, take out some of this heavy weight that's up top or on the side but going towards the top, to make this fade even more pronounced. So I'm taking out a lot of weight with this clipper, and with that 1A blade and that classic Oster 76 detachable blade cordless clipper, it's a tremendous tool in terms of removing hair. Very powerful, and the battery on this particular clipper is great. I would suggest for any professional barber, make sure you get you some detachable blade clippers, some high quality ones, because it will cut down on your time. They're gonna ultimately pay for themselves in a very short period of time if you're have a good clientele. We're gonna use the 1.5 blade. Again, it has a detachable blade system, so 1.5 blade is bigger than the 1A. It's the next step up. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring his hair down now to wavelength. He wants it wavelength. And generally, if you're gonna cut someone's hair's wavelength with a Oster system, you're gonna use either a 1A, a 1.5, or a 2, just depending on the texture and grade of your client's hair. So we're gonna bring it down, and as you notice, as we bring it down, it's kind of already beginning to blend into the faded part of the haircut at the bottom that we've already performed. So we're gonna go all the way around, of course, and we're gonna even this thing up, and we're going with the grain. Generally, whenever you're performing a haircut that is going to be wavelength, you want to go with the grain. Sometimes we'll use a larger blade, a 3.5 or a 2, and we'll go against the grain. But sometimes, just depending on your client, that will take away from the wave pattern, whereas going with the grain, particularly on the top, is always going to lock that wave pattern in. You can already see Isaiah's wave pattern already beginning to be locked in just from cutting it.
Like a moth to a flame, burned by the fire. My love is blind, can't you see my desire? That's the way. That's the way.
Okay, now we're going to come in with the number 1 blade, and I'm going to remove that line right at the bottom. So I'm going to concentrate on that. I'm scooping that out using the 1. And remember, this is a system, so you're gonna go from the largest blade all the way down to where you get the desired effect. So we started with a 1A when we put that line in, and then we come in with a 1 to make it disappear. Brushing, removing, so you can see what we're working with. Again, working with that 1, and again, this is repetition. This is detail work when you're working on a fade, because you want the fade to look as though it grows like that. You know what I mean? You want it to be a very smooth and fluid transition. You want it to, just be creamy. I'm gonna use the number 2 because I'm going into the more towards the top. So you want to use a big blade when you go towards the top of your client's head to blend, because you're just removing weight. You don't want to take off a whole lot of hair. You want to just remove weight so that you can blend. So we'll start with the 2. Then we'll go to the 1.5. Remember, it's a system. We'll start with 2. We'll go to a 1.5. Always combing and brushing along the way so that you know exactly where you're at. Keep track of with what you're doing it in a very mathematically precise way. Again, so that 1.5 is removing more weight. As you can see, the fade is becoming more and more uniform. The fade is beginning to come together. And we're 20 minutes in. So at this point, I'm going to use the 1A to do some more blending. Get rid of some of that weight. But at this point, this haircut is almost finished. and it's only been a little bit over 20 minutes. Gonna blend, go with the grain to blend with your 1A, and then come up taking out weight in the fade. Again, going with the grain. Against the grain. Scooping out, removing weight, looking at the haircut, combing, brushing, moving about, just making it clean, doing your artist work. It's like drawing and shading if you're an artist, and you absolutely are an artist if you are a proficient barber. Gonna go with a 1. Again, just removing weight, making this blend look the way I want it to look. And of course, whatever it is that we do on one side, we're gonna do on the other side. Back hands, front hands. You know, we learned that in terms of shaving to use front hands and back hands, but the same principles apply when cutting with clippers. Some of us are even ambidextrous when it comes to cutting. Sometimes I'll cut with my left hand as well. But with barbering, it's with whatever techniques you use. It's whatever works. You know, it's about what's effective. You want to use different parts of the clipper. Sometimes you just want to use the corner. Sometimes you want to use the edge. Sometimes you want to tilt them. Sometimes you want to come in flat. You want to scoop out. Sometimes you want to depress down harder and softer, just depending on what the haircut demands. Use your neck duster to brush your client off, of course. And not only is it good for you to dust your client off, for you to be able to see, but it also makes them more comfortable, that they don't have all sorts of hairs climbing down their neck. So I'm going to use my other set of trimmers, my Baby Bliss trimmers, just to clean up the bottom part of that fade, blend in whatever little lines or, you know, specks that I might not have seen, just making it cleaner. Remember, it's a skin tight fade. And again, we're going to start on one side. We're going to go all the way around.
Blind, can't you see my desire?
Okay, bring the adjustable blade clippers back into the mix, and we're just cleaning up. We're just cleaning up, and this is actually a very important part of this process. Just making sure everything looks crisp and clean and well blended. This is what makes it a professional barber cut, as opposed to a bowl cut that you would get in somebody's basement, or a 1-2-1-2. This is a blend. So at this point, the fade is pretty much done. Now we want to come in and we want to line him up. And of course, he doesn't have any line. He doesn't have any hair on the sides and on the back. So you're lining up essentially the front and his what we call corners on the side. And again, I used 2 sets of trimmers. So I started with the Andis outliners, but I'm gonna end up using these Baby Bliss clippers. But first, we want to mow down any hair, any overhang, as we like to call it. We don't want to have a little visor. We want that line to be crispy and smooth. Use those Baby Bliss. Turn your client to where you can see him head on. And what we want to do when we line someone up is we want to give them a crispy line, but we don't want to create something that is over dramatic or something that's going to look crazy when it grows back. So what we like to do is just touch up what they already have. We're not trying to create a line. We just want to clean up what they already have. And Isaiah wears a part, so we're going to put that in with the Baby Bliss as well. And again, use your clippers however you need to use them. And when you make your part, you want to make it enough to where it's pronounced, where you can see it, but you don't want to make it too wide. You don't want to make a highway in that man's head. Just give him a nice crispy line. Use your clippers in the way you see fit. Draw that line in there. Same thing with his beard. You want to use trimmers, especially on black men or African American men. You want to use trimmers, especially if you're hitting the bottom of their neck. We tend to get razor bumps if we use a razor. Some of us don't. I'm one of the fortunate ones who don't have to use a clipper. I could actually use a razor, but a lot of brothers can't. So you want to make sure that you have a nice set of sharp clippers to perform this sort of service. Look at them and the way you're gonna what you're gonna do with their face. You might have some suggestions, but it's really up to the client what they want. in terms of how they want their facial hair to look. Mustaches, we want to make sure that we put that line right above their top lip. We want to bring it down to, again, whatever your client desires. That's where you want to take their mustache down to. Some people like it thick, some people like it thin, some people like it right in between. You can bring that hair down using your really your detachable blade clippers or your adjustable blade clippers, just depending on what length the client wants their mustache. And other services that we'll offer is we'll clean out if there's some nose hairs hanging out. We'll definitely hit those with the edge of our trimmers, and we'll clean those ears out with our trimmers. Whatever it is that we see that is unwanted in the way of hair, we will remove. Look at your client, make sure that the facial hair is straight, and just adjust. If you got some hair sticking out, you know what I'm saying, take your clippers and whatever tools you see fit and clean them up. Again, it's detail work. This is your profession. The client is coming to you because you're helping them to achieve a look that they wouldn't otherwise be able to achieve. And so use your professional and artistic opinion to make sure that you give them the best look that you can give them. Look at them and clean it up. If it looks a little uneven, do what you can to make it even. And know and understand that no one's face is symmetrical. So you just do the best that you can.
Like a moth to a flame, burned by the fire. My love is blind, can't you see my desire?
And even if someone's face was symmetrical, they would just look weird. They would look like an alien.
That's the way love goes. That's the way. That's the way. That's the way love goes. That's the way love.
Again, I like to keep 2 pair of trimmers, 2 pair of adjustable blade clippers. Each trimmer is going to help achieve something different. You're only going to know it though as a barber. These things are very nuanced, and you're going to over time develop tools that you absolutely are in love with. Final touches are going to be some shear work where his hair is laying down nice, but there's always a few little stragglers that are sticking up, and so we want to take care of those with our shears. They're not scissors, barbers and stylists. These are hair cutting shears. As you can see, the fade is looking clean. Part looks good. The waves are in there. And you want to use your shears on this facial hair as well, if need be. Use your trimmers again to remove any excess hair that's growing at the base of his neck, down his back, the bottom of his chin, on his neck, towards his chest. You want to remove any unwanted hair. Give it a clean look. And again, you should be able to perform this haircut in 30 minutes. We're going on 37, but the haircut is essentially done. And what we're going to do, as you can see, I have the neck strip that was around his neck. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put some astringent on it. Astringent is something that we're going to use to clean the scalp, the hair, the face. You know, anywhere you put those trimmers, you want to put that astringent because they cut pretty close. So you want to kill whatever germs and bacteria and close up whatever pores that you opened up with the astringent. So you're going to hit his fade, you're going to hit his part, you're going to go around his hairline, you're going to hit his face, the beard, the mustache, neck, all of that, to clean that up very nicely. Then to finish up, after you get him thoroughly cleaned up, you want him to feel fresh. You want him to feel brand new. After you clean him up completely, you're gonna put some product on. I like to put some nice little olive oil, cream or oil on my clients with a slight fragrance.
That's the way love goes. That's the way. That's the way. That's the way. That's the way love goes. That's the way love goes. That's the way love goes.
And that's what we do to finish it up. Brush him off, brush his hair, brush his face, hand him a mirror, collect your money, and we out. Ball fade.